all for only $8 a month.
When Mum arrived home later, I wanted to ask her about her competitive bodybuilding. I mean, I was interested. So for you, would you say it was a challenge that you set yourself, and the reward and the achievement of it makes you stand 6 foot tall and feel really proud of that?
Yeah, I'm very proud of what.
It's personal growth for you.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago, I got introduced to competitive bodybuilding. I am hooked, and I am looking forward to my second competition.
Do you feel you have as much satisfaction at home at the moment?
With the family? No.
It is so hard to admit that I am not enjoying my family right now and don't want to be there.
Because I feel so unappreciated for what I do for them. I'm so upset that I've withdrawn myself almost for survival, just like so I don't totally explode and break down, and I just kind of block it out.
After speaking to Mum, I knew that I needed to work on making sure she could emotionally reconnect with her children.
I don't want to look back and say, oh my gosh, the kids are gone. I didn't enjoy any of it, and it's over.
Lammy chops.
I was hoping that when Dad came home, he would restore order and discipline and be the solution. Instead, he was the problem.
You're in training mode. I don't think.
Got your dog.
Dave's a very playful person. He laughs a lot.
You're awake. I saw you.
You know, he's a really happy-go-lucky chap, but I realised this constant smile stayed on his face. Even when his children started to misbehave.
No, let her up.
Laughter seems to be just a natural response, and it's very misinterpreted by the kids.
No.
Just rained on it. He just doesn't see when it's time to just calm down and be firm with his children.
You're gonna hurt yourself. No. They don't recognize when to stop sometimes. All right, that's enough. Oh, right in the eye.
Before I know it, David's got a scratch on the side of his face that his son's given him, and he's not even said anything about it.
You got a scratch on your face.
Yeah, he brutalized me already.
Yeah, I mean, his ass.
What are you doing?
And there's Casey feeling good because he's done that to his dad.
Freak as a bull.
You will break nobody's back.
Instead of Dad dealing with the situation, he laughs everything off. So then he becomes the good cop, she's the bad cop, and Mum's fed up with it.
Hey, Carly, I'm gonna have dinner there. Can you pick up your...
I've had a really good day today. It's been really interesting just hanging out with you all. And I'm really...
We are not perfect parents, and we probably never will be perfect parents, but we need to be better parents.
Get some sleep tonight so that we can be up early tomorrow and have our talk.
Our greatest fear is that the behaviors that we see now will escalate into behaviors that we will no longer be able to control.
Good night.
Good night, thank you.
Bye-bye. These kids know what they need, and their parents are not doing it for them. So when I come back tomorrow to talk to them, I'm gonna have to lay it down straight. The first thing I want to talk to you both about is discipline and your lack of consistency. When did you both make a choice to not follow through on the discipline you had placed in the house? What are the rules? What is it? I mean...
It varies day to day. I don't think we've sat down and discussed
Well, the rules shouldn't vary.
I know, but they do.
We don't want them swearing at us. That
So-
should
so
remain consistent.
This is my point. You know, just now I bring up what's the rules and you're like, well, they vary and, well, they shouldn't. But fundamentally, you guys should have spoke about rules and conduct. If we don't address what needs to be dealt with, we're gonna have kids that are gonna spiral out of control, and it's bad now.
Agreed.
Dad, let's talk about yourself. You know, you've got a great personality, you are sunshine. But there comes a point when your kids are smacking you in the face and they're being rude to you and you're like, I'm like, what is he doing? There's a line, you've got to draw the line, David.
It's hard to feel where that line is. I mean...
No, you know it. Oh, trust me, David, I know you know it. When Casey was roughhousing with you and you guys were wrestling, they got to a point where your face went serious for a minute, and that is when you should have turned around and said to him, hold on a minute, Casey. That's enough now. Instead, you just blew it off. Last but not least, let's concentrate on yourself here, Gina. It's sad when I hear you turn around and say, I'm discouraged. I don't really want to spend time with my kids.
Well, that is sad. I'm not happy to admit that. It's just somewhat true right now because the behavior that's displayed on a regular basis is not enjoyable.
But if you're not doing anything to change that, cancelling out that behavior that we see, how can you be the mother that enjoys being around her kids?
Well, I can't successfully until it does change.
It's not that you don't want that though, is it?
No. I have to make some changes, and I want to, obviously. I wouldn't be here. Dave always reminds me, they're going to be gone, and you're going to look back. Then you're not going to feel very good about the fact that you didn't enjoy your kids. I don't want to. I don't want that to happen.
What we need is togetherness. What we need is a family growing, bonding with one another, emotionally connecting. I want focus, effort, perseverance, and I want you guys working together as a team, okay? We in?
Yep.
We're good. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's go.
Coming up on SuperNanny. Jo tells Dad that her visit is no laughing matter.
And if I need to put my foot on your backside and say, let's take this seriously, then I will.
And later, Callie breaks down.
I want to kill myself.
When SuperNanny returns.
Who's your